Sex Digital being $600, and then of course the big one,
the big one,
2 terabyte Xbox Series X for
Do you got that big one? Do you got that big one, man? Do you got that big
that's
one?
What happened yesterday is going all out. I made a tweet thinking, wait a minute, it's still going silent.
That's so funny because you know what's even more crazy? The PS5 Pro is still more expensive. It's $750 right now, right? With no disk drive. And if you add the disk drive, what does that add up to? Oh, $850. Now, mind you, I'm not agreeing with these practices from Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, but you're being very condescending by saying that this Xbox is more expensive than the PS5 Pro. Because let's not forget, it has the disk drive. You can make up all the, but we got the pistol technology. I mean, you sure? Because Metal Gear Solid Delta says otherwise. You should have left that in the shelter with Metal Gear Solid Delta. All right? I don't agree with these price hikes. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like they're only doing it to gauge interest with their next platforms coming up. That's just my whole personal opinion on the situation. But I find it so funny that these guys have been trying to clown these dudes, but y'all been playing on an $800 platform for how long? About a year, right? But yet now you want to clown Xbox dudes for paying $800, right? For a 2 terabyte limited edition model while your PS5 Pro looks exactly the same as the other model. I'm not justifying anything. All I'm saying is the hypocrisy. So why is it okay for you to pick up an $800 PS5 Pro and still have to buy games, and an Xbox consumer can't pay $800 and be comfortable? Like I said, the whole clowning with the price thing, we already kind of know why this is happening. And to be honest, we know PlayStation is going to more likely do the same thing. At this point, this is not a W. I mean, you guys may think that it is, but you was already playing on an $800 paperweight anyway. Like, I mean, come on, man. Let's get real here, people.
So, Dark Souls fanboys or Nintendo fanboys, no, this is bad. Look at this guy. Look at this cunt's excuse. He says, I can tell you're looking at this from a subjective angle. I'm backwards compatibility. Apparently, I didn't realize how expensive.
I mean, technically, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X did launch at $1,000. I mean, if you didn't pick one for $500, that's what most of you guys pay for with scalpers. I mean, so technically, even though he's wrong, he's kind of right in a way too, though, if you think about it.
Backwards compatible. Smart.
But does he got a big one?
That says, hey, you get the Xbox version or you get the Xbox One version.
The big one.
Depending whatever. Ooh, I didn't realize that was some advancement in technology. Crisp resume and emulation mode. And the raw specs. Boy, he thought 12 T-flops on power was worth $1,000.
And you guys thought 16 teraflops was going to make a difference on your PlayStation 5 games, but yet, for some reason, they're running worse. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I get it, bro. I just thought you was a PC gamer. I don't know why you keep entertaining this. I thought you was going PC. I mean, didn't Big Cloud tell you, oh, man, you ain't going to go to PC, man. Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You don't know me, man. You don't know me, Big Cloud. You don't know me. That's what you said, bro. We all know you, man. You ain't nothing but a pony, bro. And you're going to pick up that PlayStation 6. And like I said to several other people, if you've been playing on PlayStation, then yes, why wouldn't you? That's all your games. That's your whole library that you could just carry to the next platform. It's pretty simple to understand.
Do you see the insanity? This is insanity right here. Like, what are we talking about, right? And then if that doesn't even get to it, right? If that doesn't even help, price of $740. I even broke it down to this flop, right? $60 cheaper than the 800 2 terabyte Xbox Series X. I even showed it. 3 terabytes for $740, 2 terabytes for $800.
Now we all here fighting over terabytes.
Not a hard concept. It really isn't.
I thought Pony said if you pay more money, you get more of a premium product. I mean, now you got PlayStations being liquidated. Because remember when Microsoft was doing discounts on their console? This dude was out here. Remember when they had discounts? It was like a few years ago during the holidays. And he's like, oh, they're liquidating those. That's what you use to justify why the PlayStation 5 was higher than the Xbox during the holiday. This logic is stupid, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just going to sit here and say that they're all wrong. I don't like it. I mean, I already got one, so it doesn't really, can't say that I'm bothered by it. But come on, man. Let's not act like we all want to pay more money for mediocrity, because that's what it is, bro. I'm just being honest. I mean, let's just keep it a buck.
3 terabytes of storage space for $740.
Terabyte! You ripped me out of a terabyte. Terabyte! How could you do this to me? Terabyte! They ripped me off a terabyte.
Not really hard. Like, you really can't come back for that. Oh no.
What?
He has. Look at his dumbass reply. Your malfunction, numbnuts. Do you not compute what part of 3 terabytes of total storage?
Well, he said that they reduced the storage. You said, I don't know where he's from, but he said in the UK something they reduced storage or whatever. And he's saying in his country it's different. That's all he kind of brought up. You know what I mean? You're breaking up, well, the U.S. Well, I guess the U.S. is the whole world then, right? I mean, like I said, people, these things are priced according based off where other people live. Like I said, I just think it's ridiculous, personally. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the PlayStation 5, Xbox, or whatever price hikes coming from anybody, in my personal opinion. I mean, even PC parts are going up in value because of you console dummies.
For $740 is better than 2 terabytes of total storage space for $800. How? Is that not?
But the PS5 Pro is more expensive than the Series X that you're talking about. Because, like I said, let's not forget, it's with the disk drive. You have to add that into the equation. PS5, I looked. PS5 Pro is $750, right? New. $750. Throw in that disk drive. That's $850 right there, bruh. You people already paying at the upwards to close to $1,000 for these things anyway. And I'm assuming that the only reason why these companies are doing it so they can incentivize people to get their next platform. The days of $99 GameCubes is over. Nintendo Selects for $20. Those days is over, man. Greatest hits, man, that don't exist.
I understand.
Greatest hits, that don't exist. Those days is over.
Dumb. The dumbest in the community. By far, Xbox Fanboys.
Really? But you paid $800 for a Pro? I just find it funny that the ones that are bashing these dudes on Xbox are the same ones that picked up the PS5 Pro.
The absolute dumbest among the dumb. You can't get any dumber than this fan base. You possibly can't. I'll give you another example. Look at this. Look at this. This is just crazy. The Series X does come with a disk drive and is on par with the PS5 Pro over the Xbox Series X. What are you talking about?
You sure? Because Metal Gear Solid, Delta, Space Marine 2 all ran better on the Series X than it did on the PS5 Pro. Y'all remember when they kept saying that, oh, you have the more capable Series X, but yet the PS5 is running the games better? Well, guess what? The same thing is happening with the PS5 Pro, which is kind of funny. You're paying more money, but you're not getting the same results. And he said it's on par. He didn't say it was better. Something being on par is essentially like right up there. You know what I mean? He did not say it was better than the PS5 Pro. You just took it that way.
With the PS5, it doesn't come near the Pro. Even your own.
Oh, yeah, because that Metal Gear Solid Delta runs worse than the base PS5 model. You're right. Ain't nothing coming close to the Pro.
First party is best on the Pro.
That's not true. You're lying to yourself because Gears Reloaded, there's a lot of games that are running better on Xbox. That's not true. You're lying to yourself, bro. You're lying to yourself. Metal Gear Solid Delta, that game ran worse on the Pro. What are you talking about, bro? Every game run best on the Node. Now you got... That's funny because when it was the Series X, y'all said, oh, the PS5 is pushing above its limits. How y'all call yourself the most powerful console when you got better hardware than us? But now that the roles are in reverse and the PS5 Pro's out and your games are running worse on a lot of cases, now all of a sudden there's no difference. Bro, look at Dying Like the Beast, bro. Look at the resolution of that game. It's at 650p, bro. We going back to resolutions from the Xbox 360.
Console. The best version of Gears Reloaded, if you're a console gamer, is the PS5 Pro. What is he talking?
I played it, and it runs better on Xbox. Take it from a guy that actually plays the game. Now the game running like crap, but still. It plays far better on Xbox. I constantly be getting crashed on PlayStation. I don't know what's going on. These servers are trash, and it has input lag.
But to finish off, which is just an upscale of much like FSR, and compared to Series X Pro, you don't have the power. And when games are properly optimized across all the consoles, PS5 Pro is the definitive best version.
Yeah, that's most true. That's true. Because when I was playing Metal Gear Solid Delta on the Pro, the game for some reason ran worse. It was definitely the most definitive. It really brought me back to the days of the PS2 with the frame drops. You know what I'm saying?
Stop lying.
You're the only one lying, bro.
And these were the guys that swore the Series S was on par with the PS5. Now they're trying to say the Series X is on par with the Pro? Stop it.
It kind of is, though. I mean, it's really not that much of a difference. You got like 4 extra teraflops? I mean, it's really not that much of a difference. Just saying.
Stop your cocking. Microsoft got you by the balls. Microsoft spit in your face and you're licking it.
And you did the same thing picking up the PS5 Pro, getting worse versions of those games than on the base model. Like I said, bro, you PS5, like, Until Dawn Remake still run at 30 FPS. What real benefits have you gotten for the Pro? Even Dreamcast guys said it weren't even worth it, even though he robbed his girlfriend for one.
If it was like lunch, disgusting. Stop with the stupidity. Stop absolutely foolishness. Okay? Listen.
He wants to bring up the fact that the Xbox Series X is more expensive than the Pro, but I've already broke it down. It's $750 new, because let's not forget, they raised up the price too. $750 plus the disk drive, that's $850. That's $850. That's $850. So what is up with this condescending stuff using a PS5 Pro digital version, but the disk drive does not come with it? That's an extra $100. That is $850. The model that you're comparing to say that Series X is more expensive has a disk drive. You know what, man? Like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Puertorock is at it again. Like I said, I personally don't care. I think these price hikes are stupid for all consumers. I personally think the prices should go down because of the hardware being older, but I think they're taking the philosophy from phones and they're going to try to keep everybody engaged and interested this way. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, but you cannot say that the PS5 Pro is cheaper than the Xbox Series X. Not until you consider that disk drive. And if you talk about the Series X digital, it's still, you know what, let me break this. It's still $100 cheaper than your PS5 Pro, though. Still. Oh, but we got better hardware, though. Doesn't matter. If we're talking about the grand schemes of the consoles, the Xbox Series X digital is still cheaper than your PS5 Pro digital. It's just my problem is the Series S is just far too expensive for what it is, personally. It really is. And then with Xbox, you're kind of paying $50 more for something. But hold on. I have another one. Y'all ready for this? I have another one. Y'all say that, though. Check this. But the Series X is more powerful than the PS5. Oh! Check this out. And I'm not damage control because I personally don't care. But listen to what I'm about to say, right? Because you want to break up the power narrative. The Xbox, even though I don't agree with the price, is $650, right? For the digital, right? But isn't it the Series X more powerful than the... Oh, snap, Gabe, so don't say it. More powerful than the PS5, though? Oh! So, because if we're going based off your logic, then that means the Series X is worth the money, even with the price hike. You're like, damn, Gabe, so I just bodied you, bro. I just bodied you. Because at the end of the day, the Series X is still more powerful. Because this is the argument that you're bringing. Oh, the Series X, 2 terabyte, and you're paying the same amount of money, but the Pro is more powerful. That's essentially what you're saying, right? That's essentially what you're saying. You cannot sit there and say that's not what he's trying to say. So I'm telling you that the Series X is more powerful than your PS5. They're like, damn, you just got destroyed, bro. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I personally don't care that much of the matter. I already got my Series X's and PS5s, so I'm all good. But I guess for the people that don't have one, well, I guess you guys are out of luck. Take care. Peace out.